What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Monday. A very interesting slate here tonight. 3 games, and it's kicking off at 9:40 p.m. Eastern time, so a little bit later. You got some more time, I guess, to research and get your lineups correct. Um, I guess we don't have to worry about any news that might come up with late scratches, as we should get word before lock, as it's 9:40. We should get all the lineups in, and but not many options to choose from. Definitely with pitchers, but I gotta narrow down for you with my money six of my favorite plays. So before we get going, if you could slap a like in the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let's try to get over 80 likes again on this one. Thank you if we can hit that. Let's hop right into it. The first guy up, I'm gonna go with Aaron Nola. He's been pitching a little bit better recently. 29 DK points against St. Louis, 34 against Colorado, 12 and 8 Ks in both of those games. So the strikeout rate starting to come back alive a little bit. And against San Diego here, it's a really good spot against a team that is littered with mostly right-handed batters. And he's been a lot better against righties so far this year. 289 WOBA against them, compared to like a 400 WOBA against lefties. He's a 26% K rate on the season. So some solid stuff. I mean, this is a park upgrade as well. Going to San Diego, some pretty solid pitching conditions, some wind blowing in from left. But that could help him out a little bit if someone tries to go down the left field on him and kind of pull one. So here at 9,600, I think he's just one of the safest, if not the best, upside options here on this slate. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. I think he has a good shot at getting over 25 DraftKings points. Then I'm going to go with Walker Buehler here. Another kind of similar situation, the guy going against mostly right-handed batters. They have like 2, maybe 3 lefties in this Arizona lineup. Buehler coming off a bad outing against the Mets, 5 innings, what at 5 runs. But I think he'll be able to bounce back here. He has been pretty consistent besides that, 20 plus in his last 4 games before that outing against the Mets. So I think he'll bounce back against an Arizona lineup that has been struggling against right-handed pitchers, especially with that one of their best lefties and David Peralta, probably their best overall hitter, I would say. So going against Arizona here, Peralta is likely out again. They said he might come back here tonight, but it sounds more likely that he's not. So in this matchup, I think he can get some more strikeouts. They don't strike out that much, but Buehler against righties definitely has a little bit more strikeout upside, I would say. And at 8,900 is a little bit of a decrease in price, down from 9,600 last game. And I don't know, I just like him a lot. I mean, there's not many pitchers to choose from, like I said, but I feel like Buehler, Noah, both really safe and against some lesser lineups, I would say, without Peralta and against San Diego. And Buehler and Noah both have that strikeout upside compared to the rest of the rest of the pitchers. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. Now for my first hitter, we're going to go with Edwin Encarnacion here at 4,400, coming off a huge game the other night where he got 2 home runs, 30 DraftKings points, and he just has that kind of power any single game. And going against a right-handed pitcher here tonight, he's a 239 ISO versus righties so far this year. He typically has kind of those reverse splits where he's better against right-handed pitchers. And going against Corbin Martin here, this guy has a really limited sample, but he's been getting killed against right-handed batters so far to start his career. 5.8 home runs per 9 allowed to right-handed pitchers so far this year. And Edwin, like I said, has really solid power against righties, and I can definitely hit a home run against them. At 4,400, pretty solid price tag for a guy of his upside. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. And since we have a weird slate, figured why the hell not just stack up this Seattle lineup with some guys that can show off their power and their upside. And Mitch Haniger is another one of those guys at 4,300 here. Another guy with solid power against righties, a 250 ISO against him so far this year. And like I said, Martin really struggling against righties, allowing over, I think, maybe a 500 WOBA to righties so far. Like I said, really limited sample, but still some alarming numbers against right-handed batters so far. So we're going to try to take advantage of that and hope that continues here tonight against the Mariners. So I'm going to lock him in as my second righty. They want to go with the leadoff guy, Malik Smith. A lefty here, but he still has that great speed ability despite his hitting struggles. So he's only batted 193, but Martin hopefully can walk him. Hopefully Malik Smith can just get one hit, get on first base, and show off that stolen base ability on the season so far. He has 14 stolen bases. He already has 1 against Houston in 3 games, despite only getting on base twice. So I like his ability here a lot. Their catcher is pretty easy to steal on, and Malik Smith, one of the best stolen base guys in all of baseball. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third hitter. And for my final guy, we're going to go with Kiki Hernandez here. Always great against left-handed pitchers. And going against Robbie Ray, he's seen him a lot, so he knows all of his tricks. Robbie Ray always has that strikeout kind of curveball. And Hernandez has seen him a lot. 31 at bats, 8 for 31, two or a double, a triple, and 3 home runs. So he's hitting for great power against them. And typically with Kike Hernandez, I feel like against all of these guys, where he has good BVP against, he typically continues it. I mean, against like Madison Bumgarner, he always just knocks that guy around. Against these guys that he's seen a lot, he always keeps it up and always keeps that ability against him. I mean, he is kind of strikeout prone and prone to those bad bad games. But with him seeing Robbie Ray so well and seeing him a lot so far, I think he has the opportunity of going deep here in this spot. Robbie Ray, a lot kind of worse with allowing production to right-handed batters. He's been really good against lefties, but he allows a lot more home runs to righties and some more hard contact. With him being the top of the lineup at 3,900, it is a really good upside salary kind of the top of that spot where he can go deep and has a few at-bats against Robbie Ray, hopefully. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So we get Aaron Nola, Buehler, Edwin Encarnacion, Kike Hernandez, Mitch Haniger, and Malik Smith. So I hope you enjoyed it. Slap a like if you did. You can comment any questions down below. Like I said, 80+ likes would be amazing. Thank you if we can hit that. And I really appreciate it. So good luck here on this slate. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to continue to get these plays. And we'll see you back here again next time.